Hey everybody, welcome back to Tragedy Strikes. This is Graybeard Gaming, and we're back on Grandpa's farm. It is January, and we are going to start selling some of our stuff. We've got oats, we've got barley, we've got straw, we've got timber, we've got wheat. All of it needs to go. We've got to have some money, because as you can see, we are more than broke. We are a negative $247. We have overdrafted our account, and the bank's not going to be happy. So let's replenish it. We'll get all this done, and then maybe we'll go for a horse ride or something. I've finally figured out how to name our horses. So our one horse we have named Felicia. And yes, that's so that I can sign off by saying, bye, Felicia. All right, now we're back in the positive. We need another tractor really bad, guys. I found that it is next to impossible to use our baler. We have gone ahead, we've enlarged our fields. Now I'll actually pull up our map so you guys can see that they've been enlarged. So before, this field here was roughly that. So we've doubled it. And then this field here has also been almost doubled over, because it used to run from there over to here. So we widened it and lengthened it, and we lengthened it on this end too. So it really ran from like there to right roughly about there, and was only about that wide. So we've doubled the size of that one. And then we've also combined these three fields into one. And additionally, we have extended this field of grass out a little bit that way, and also down this way. So that's actually quite large now. But if you can take a look, we did that for a reason, because the sheep are actually 8 months old, and their reproduction is at 20%. So in a few months, we're going to double our herd. So we need more grass. That's why we increased the size of that field. Our two horses are doing well. And outside of the little snafu with our bank account, I think Grandpa would be pretty happy with us. It's a lot of hard work, and I think it just goes to show that if you stick to a plan, whether it's the best plan or not, if you stick to it and work hard at it, then chances are good that you will be able to succeed. Now, in the spring, we're going to plant oats on where we had our field of soybeans will now be oats. And then when we had three fields that we combined, they were oats, wheat, and barley. And now those will actually be all in one. And for this season, that is going to be soybeans. So there is a tractor in the market that I really do like. problem is we cannot afford it, at least not yet. We might be able to once we sell everything, but it's still at $70,000. But I think it would take a lot of the strain off of this tractor, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, I've been thinking about saving all of our barley in order to save it all and then sell it, or not sell it, but continue to produce it and save it so that we can at some point just put it into a production for our own craft beer facility. And right now that barley is pretty much useless to us outside of money, because that beer factory is about $300,000, I believe, and I mean we're nowhere. I mean we're years from that. So while it would be nice to just save all the barley for that, probably just start selling off, you know, I'll sell a trailer this month full of barley, and then whatever's left we'll save it for the next selling season, because I can't get a full trailer anyway. So but yeah, I mean there's lots of things that we have going on, and primarily the big one right now is we're just trying to get all of our stuff sold so that we can have a little spending money, a little walking around money, I guess is what I'd like to call it. While we're there, see, this is the tractor I was talking about, $63,000. The only problem is it's actually going to be $88,000 by the time we get it to the horsepower that we want. Another thing that we want to do is get 2 additional bags of lime. We don't have to take that back to the farm just yet, but I do want to get it eventually. We'll probably grab it when we take our last trailer of probably our straw and our timber. And while I would like that tractor, I think I'm going to have to go with something a little bit smaller, or a little bit less expensive, I guess. But that's okay. Maybe if we have the money at the conclusion of selling everything, which I think we will, because I believe it's like $38,000 or $40,000, something like that. I think it's a little bit less, but I want to beef up the engine. I'd like to have something around 200 horsepower, and I think that's a good option to do that with. And that will probably become, you know, something that we get a different plow for. It's not going to be a fast tractor, but it will be fast enough. If we have to run up and down to the store with a tractor, the yard tractor's fine. It pulls fine. But when it comes to pulling the baler, I want something with a little more guts. We have also started our productions at Granny's little factory there. She'll be making clothes out of wool for us. So we will be able to hopefully earn some real money. And I don't know why, but when I think of Granny's sewing shack, it makes me think about the movie Happy Gilmore. And I don't know if you guys remember Happy Gilmore or not, but there was a sequence in there where Happy's grandma is in a nursing home or the old folks' home, and they're being forced to knit Afghans. And the evil nurse is played by Ben Stiller, and it's just a fabulous little sequence of his movie career. So I was looking through the cabin, and I did find some paperwork that Grandpa had. He did mention that there is some property over here that looks like somebody had tried to settle, and you know it's off to the west, and there's a barn over there, and he had apparently inquired about purchasing it years ago, but I don't think he could justify the money. But there's a barn over there, and I was kind of interesting. I was gonna maybe ride one of the horses over in the future and check that out. I think it'd be definitely worth the peek to see what's going on over there. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting that Grandpa had plans of expanding his farm, but throughout the years and doing it all on his own, I think he was more interested in the idea of expansion with his children one day helping to take over the farm. And because that never really happened, I think Grandpa was it was kind of a setback for him, and he just didn't go through with it. And I think that's probably why his two sons, they just weren't interested in taking over the family farm. So he just kind of put those on the back burner. But I do find it interesting because I never realized that he was considering the idea of expansion. And I mean, maybe that's something that we should look into for our future. And because tomorrow's never guaranteed, so we're gonna be thinking about that ourselves. And there was a couple maps that also seen that there were mineral rights, and the possibility of mineral rights, underground minerals such as oil and stone and lime. I was fascinated that Grandpa had done all this research, so we might look into that one day. It might be something that we want to get into. I don't know. For right now, I just want some beer. So we're gonna head back to the farm, and I think what we will do, we've gotten enough money from selling what we sold to get ourselves a new tractor, but still have all of our straw and a little bit of timber. In the month of March, we have all of our lettuce. It's going to take some time though. We are basically at the end of this episode, but I want to get all that straw. I want to get it sold. So we're going to extend this episode just a couple minutes so that we can put this. I won't worry about putting this trailer away just yet. I'm not going to take the time to do that. But I think it's a good opportunity to go ahead and get this sold. It's just going to extend the episode probably about 2 minutes. So yeah. I've never actually checked to see how much clothing is worth. And that is something that I want to take a peek. Oh, let me see. At its peak, it's worth about 18,000, and that's in April. So hopefully by the time April rolls around, we have, a couple thousand liters of clothing to take up to the shop. That would be fantastic, you guys. We could then have an additional $36,000, and I think that would be huge for us. So March, April, those could be big months if we can get enough lettuce and get enough clothing. We could have a lot of different opportunities in front of us. So that could be really interesting. I know March is the month that we sell off our lettuce, and that could be a big month for us as well. So yeah, we have the next 6 months. We could really see a huge influx of cash, and that would be great. All right, so yeah, we earned, well, look at that. We earned a good amount of money. We're up to $60,000, you guys. So let's go ahead and let's go buy a tractor. There's no reason not to, other than, we just got our hands on the $60,000. That one is gone. We're not doing cotton, otherwise that's a fantastic price. But let's go ahead. Let's go in here. The tractor I was thinking we would buy is right here, this IMT. I think we're going to go with the 5210. So yeah, it's 39,500. I don't want it in red. I don't want it in white either. The black looks really, really sharp. The other thing that I would like to do is set this up with a front weight. And I don't need the fire extinguisher. I'm not going to get the Isaria Pro Compact. We're just going to hold off on that. I really like the black, and I really like the blue. Blue, though, kind of reminds me too much of a Ford. So I think we're going to go with this one here. And All right. We are going to have we're going to do that in, I guess, no, we're just going to do it in black. So let's go ahead and hit OK there. And yeah, let's go ahead. Let's click buy. All right, you guys, let's go take a look, and then we're going to end this episode because we are running way long on this one. But there it is, our IMT5210, shiny and new to us. It doesn't look like it's a new tractor because it looks a little old, but that's all right. So just want to tell you guys thank you for watching. I'm glad you could join me on this episode of Tragedy Strikes. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, hope you guys have the best of days. See ya.